this is Far Cry 223 doing my first impression of the game Alan Wake for the Xbox 360. What I think of it so far, it's pretty awesome, I have to admit. I mean, this game's been in development for 5 years. It was almost like Duke Nukem, it almost never saw the light of day. Also like Prey, that also did see the light of day, now it's in production. Probably about the same length as Duke Nukem. Well, Alan Wake was a game I was anticipating since I saw it at E3 last year. I was like, looks awesome. To me, it's like it's trying to do what Alone in the Dark couldn't do. And that game was crap, but I'm just gonna flat out admit it. I liked it. I mean, yes, it was terrible and stuff, but it was so terrible that it was funny. It was hilarious. There was one line in episode 2 that made me crack up laughing. He's just like, screw you anyway. When he said that, I cracked up laughing. It was hilarious. Now, granted, we all know about the Ebola movie, and I'm not really going to go into details about that, because Nostalgia Critic, Spoonie, and Linkara have already done that. But what I think so far, it's pretty amazing. I mean, some people might not like it. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it for people who are easily scared, because I'm going to also say this. Even though I am 14, I actually get scared by this game. It's that good. Like, it's one of those games that is really messed up. Because the whole story is like, this writer goes to a place called Bright Falls, and his wife goes missing. So he's practically going mental. And, he goes through the forest and stuff trying to find her. His agent returns, his guy Barry comes and he's like, yeah, oh, you're not crazy, Al, you're just normal. And then he goes to a mental institution or some hospital clinic thing. And this guy, Dr. Hartman, is like, yeah, your wife's dead. She's been dead for a week or so. And you find Barry. Barry's like, yeah, see, Al, we need to get out of this place. You go into the place, you're about to get out. Then Taken comes, more Taken. Al has to use a flare. Then you're on a stage. You have to fight off Taken on a stage. That defines cool. I love that part, because that, like, you're fighting off Taken. Barry's there trying to, like, work the controls and stuff, and you're like, Taken, Taken, die. And if you're wondering what Taken are, they're these creatures that have been taken over by this dark presence that is infecting people in the city. And if you get turned into a Taken, you're pretty much a zombie. And the only way to kill them is light. You shine light on them, and they're just like, oh, burns. And then you blow their face off. I'm not kidding. Blow their face off. Boom. And you can use a flare gun. That's awesomeness number 2. Yeah, I know I just said awesomeness. Whatever. And, it's one of those games that I'm gonna go through again, because I enjoyed it. I mean, it's one of those games that, it's not too long, it's pretty short. I'm almost done it. I think today I'll probably end up beating it if I try. And, yeah, I'm also playing the game Red Dead Redemption. That's technically, GTA 4 in Western. That's what it is. I mean, not to stress it out, but that's what it is. It's GTA with horses. I replace machine guns with pistols. Yeah. That's basically what it is. And when I think of that, that's also pretty good. Though it strikingly resembles, GTA 4. I'm not even kidding. But the sad thing about it is, the graphics are gonna, like, die down in a year or two, you know, like, looking at it now, it's just like, wow, those are nice. But when you look at them in 2 years, you're gonna be like, man, those have aged. Yeah, like, Alan Wake. When I heard about it, I was going, this looks cool. I thought, okay, this is Max Payne with psychological horror. And I was like, yeah, that looks cool. And when I was thinking of the rating, I was assuming it was going to be in, like, M. Blood and gore and everything. But I was surprised. It's T. I was just kind of like, really? T? Now, I heard there's, like, a series that Xbox has done that you can, like, watch. And, I haven't gotten to it yet, but I think when I'm done the game, I will probably do it. Oh, and I also saw the movie Shrek Final Chapter. I know the commercial's calling Forever After, but screw that crap. It's Final Chapter. And Shrek, he makes like a wish with Rumpelstiltskin, and he's all like, "Oh, you can be an ogre for a day," and then everything goes topsy turvy. Fiona doesn't know him. No one knows him, and he's basically trying to get his life back together. And I think one of the guys from Made Men is in it. I think. I'm not totally sure. I think one of the ogre's resistance is in it. Well, luckily, what it does is it takes the original jokes from the first three movies, puts them together, but adds a new twist. What I laughed at was when Shrek was like, "When you sing to birds, they explode." Because when I saw that in the first movie, I cracked up laughing. I was like, "What? A bird? Why did that bird just explode? It's not even possible. Unless you're God, then you could probably do it." And I also saw Kick-Ass. That movie is pretty awesome. Not for kids. Very, very adult, very violent, and a lot of cursing. Here's one funny thing. It has an 11-year-old cursing in it, and using guns. And one part, he actually forces a guy. A gun is on a string. Trigger blows his face off himself. There's no words in the world that can describe how cool that is. I mean, and I liked the comic. The comic was messed up. It was like one of those, what? Are they doing this? Is he really writing this? And it did follow the comic. The movie faithfully pretty much did the comic. But there was a couple of scenes that weren't in the comic. Like, the microwave scene. That didn't happen in the comic. There was no scene where a guy was, like, in a microwave and then boom. And there was no subplot about, like, some coke. Well, there probably was, but I just didn't really care. And, like, another thing I've watched recently is the 2-year anniversary of the That Guy with the Glasses.com, Kick-Assia. That kicks ass, yeah. Yeah. If you have not watched it, you better watch it. It's friggin' hilarious. Because if you know these characters, you get more Biv depth into, like, what they are. And Nostalgia Chicks, he spoofed Sarah Palin. That's funny as hell. To actually spoof Sarah Palin is hilarious. That's another thing that's not for kids. Very adult, a lot of cursing, but funny as hell. Um, yeah. So this is Far Cry 223 signing out. More Alan Wake. Wah! Yeah, I know I just did that.